Okay, right, good, yes. Okay, I had a microphone problem. I'm going to have to adjust. Bear with me a minute. Let's get the cable sort of vaguely out the way. Sorry about this. Move the battery bit with the transmission bit. Check that I've got signal. Yes, all good. Right. Good morning. What is today? As I record this, it's the 2nd of February. It's a Wednesday. I've forgotten to change into my sort of other shoes, but these are the ones that are rubber soled, and so I can do, if you didn't listen to yesterday's, you won't know what I'm talking about, will you? These are rubber soled shoes. I have some plastic soled shoes. The plastic soled shoes, if you take this sort of posture, your legs go whoosh and you end up splitting up the middle, which is very painful. I don't advise that. These ones don't slip. They're just not quite as flat. So for some exercises, not as good. If you can wear fairly flat soled shoes when you do Tai Chi exercises, that's great. Any feet problems? Obviously, don't. Let's start. We'll get back to the shoes. Let's start something nice and simple. Let's start just turning the waist. If the hips turn as well a little bit, that's all right. Don't want the hips to turn too much. I'm exaggerating. You see, if you turn the hips too much, there's a tendency for the knees to be twisted if you're not careful. So concentrate on turning the waist from side to side. I generally turn the head as well, although it is perfectly okay to do this exercise the way I'm doing it at the moment, where you keep the head facing forwards. I'm going to go back to the way I prefer. The arms are relaxed, the shoulders are relaxed, they're just floating round the body. It is the movement in the waist and the hips that sends the arms. Moves the arms, not sends the arms, moves the arms, that's a better word. I'm also going to bring my feet in slightly. I don't feel comfortable, and you want to feel comfortable. And I'm going to make sure my legs are relaxed and my knees are slightly bent. And you breathe in and out through your nose if possible. Going to be doing this exercise for another minute or so. Nice and relaxed. The more relaxed you can be, the better with this exercise. Now I'm increasing the amount of turn in my head, so I'm actually sneaking in a gentle neck exercise into it, turning my head side to side. And let's change it. Bring the feet in, bend the legs, straighten the legs, bend the legs, straighten the legs, bend the legs, you get the hang of it. And while you're doing that, the arms are just floating forwards and backwards. Try and relax the shoulders a bit more. I think I've said this in previous videos, but when I give instructions like relax the shoulders a bit more, yes, it's an instruction or advice rather to you, but it's actually an instruction to me. In other words, when I'm doing these exercises, I'm doing them primarily for myself. I'm sharing them and I hope you're enjoying them. but it's a way for me to pay more attention to what I'm doing, because I'm thinking about it both from an internal point of view and an external point of view. In other words, putting my teaching hat on, where I am trying to explain things in the best way possible, as well as a practitioner's point of view, where I'm trying to do the exercise. I hope that makes sense. I'm not sure it did, but hopefully you understand it. As I always say, leave a comment. Leave a comment if you've got any feedback on anything I say. Please, please, please leave a comment. Also, obviously, please subscribe and press the bell so you get notified when we do these live transmissions, broadcasts, video casts. I don't know what the modern word for it is. I'm sure there is a really neat modern word. I'll carry on a little bit longer, another, I don't know, 15 seconds, let's say, with this one. I'm only timing it very roughly today. I might go back to using an accurate timer in a day or two, we'll see. And we change. One leg straightens a little, then the other leg straightens a little, and the other leg bends a little while. You know what I mean. Going from leg to leg, turning the waist, allowing the arms to float diagonally. I'm also just adjusting my foot so I get the most comfortable, most powerful feeling. So I'm doing as little work as possible to get the maximum output. Minimal input, maximal output. That's kind of a Tai Chi thing. You don't want your Tai Chi to be hard work. I mean, it is if you're doing it right. If it's weak and wet, it's not effective. It has to be, there has to be strength, but there shouldn't be tension, and that's one of the things that causes issues with Tai Chi. People don't really understand. Some people do not understand that you can have strength without tension. And it's not easy. I'm not going to pretend that, well, I'm not going to pretend that any part of Tai Chi is easy. It's not an easy art. But it's a very rewarding one. I mean, that I will say. I mean, I would say that, wouldn't I? I've done it for nearly 50 years. Probably be like, sort of 45 years, whatever it is. Be like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. No, that's not going to happen, I don't think. And relax. Feet slightly wider. Gently circle the hips. Bend the knees a little bit. Or allow the knees to bend is perhaps a better phrase. I know it's unlikely, but anyway, just in case this is the first one of my videos you've seen and you don't know the background, these videos are designed to be a gentle warm-up for the body, a gentle loosening of the body, a gentle strengthening of the body, change direction, by the way, that is suitable for Tai Chi, but it's really suitable for anybody at any time if you want to do it. It's a relatively general set of exercises that I do. I mean, I change them obviously, but whatever exercises I'm sharing with you, the majority of them are general exercises. Okay, feet slightly wider, comfortably wide. So for me, this isn't a stretch yet. If this is a stretch for you, bring it in slightly. Gently let the body tilt side to side. Now, yesterday I mentioned how I hadn't got the jacket on, this jacket, the blue one, the posh Tai Chi jacket. I mentioned how I hadn't got the jacket on because I wanted to be able to see the belly that had grown whilst I'd been away on holiday, and indeed last week, where not being on holiday I still ate too much. But today in here I've altered the heating slightly. The heater may turn on in a minute or two, but the temperature is a little bit lower than it was yesterday, so I have the jacket on because it looks posh. Well, it does look posh, but it also keeps me warm. So there we go. And if you found that interesting, dear oh dear, yes, sorry, I shouldn't engage in such banal chit-chat, should I? You may notice that I'm going a little bit further to each side than I was when I started. That's obviously because those muscles are warming up and loosening up. The heater's come on, here we go. Forwards, backwards. Now when you go forwards, if you can put your hands flat on the floor as I can there, bring the feet in a little bit. So you should ideally aim to be able to touch the floor. But if you find that it's too easy, then bring the feet in. As I often say, the speed at which you do the exercise is entirely up to you. But be gentle with yourself. And relax. Okay. Feet about hip width apart. Let the legs bend. Circle the shoulders. There the heater's turned off, having decided that the room is warm enough. I wish I agreed with it. Nice, gentle, large circles. Change direction. Now, when I finish with these circles, I'm going to go ahead and do a set of neck and head exercise, or neck exercises, but I'm not going to finish there. I'm just going to put those into the middle of the session. Right, so I'm just coming a little bit closer to camera. Start nice and simple, turning the head. Side to side. Bring the hands up onto the chest. I was just looking to see where the microphone was, and take the head up and down. Straighten the head up, then take one ear and then the other ear up towards the ceiling. I'm just going to turn to face the camera slightly so you can just see, hopefully, that I am just tilting the head so the ear goes up to the ceiling. Stretching the neck. Stretching the neck upwards on one side and then upwards on the other. Relaxing the legs, letting the knees bend. And relax. Take the head forwards, bring it back, tuck the chin in slightly. Again, I'll do this to the side so you can see. Forwards, back. Forwards, back. I always think of this exercise a bit like a chicken, sort of pecking or whatever it is that chickens do. Forwards, back, tucking the chin in slightly. Then relax. Take the head side to side. Again, I'll just change angle. That may make it more may explain it better if this exercise is new to you. The head movement side to side for a lot of people, myself included, is not natural or easy. But the more ranges of motion that we can move through, the better that is. Tuck the chin down, turn the head side to side with the chin tucked down. And then relax and take the head in a big, gentle U shape. And relax. Okay. Right. Let's go down the body. So we've done the neck. Let's do a little bit more for the shoulders. So, circle the hands. The palms are facing upwards and I'm circling the hands. Now the other direction. Now I'm going to leave the hands out and I'm going to circle the shoulders. So I'm circling the shoulders and that's having the effect of circling the hands. But it's the shoulders that are doing the work. Trying to relax the knees, change direction. Okay, be an aeroplane. Gently rotate the lower arms, the forearms, whilst holding the upper arms still. Nice and gentle with this. Change direction. Arms out, out to the side. Or sorry, arms out in front, hands together gently. Out to the side, back. And then diagonal. Diagonal, horizontal, other diagonal. And relax. Now take one arm up and then forwards and backwards. So from the side, looks like that. Knees relaxed. And tuck the elbows in, circle the hands. Just coming forward a tiny bit. Other direction. Both in the same direction. Both in the other same direction. And relax, just give the hands a general shake every direction. Okay, let us come down to the hips, and we'll put one foot in front and circle the knee, but that's also gently working the hip. This leg is relaxed, slightly bent. The supporting leg. Change direction with the knee, with the circles. Change to the other leg, circle the knee. Try and relax this leg so it's a little bit bent. Change direction. And relax. Go back to the other leg, bring the knee up and out to the side, out to the front, round to the side, up and around. Or out to the side and then around to the front. Other leg up to the front, around to the side. If you wonder why I'm looking up, I felt something brush my forehead. I wondered if one of my spider friends had come to visit. This studio has, as most rooms do, a few spiders in it. And out to the side and then around to the front. Because YouTube is by definition an international medium, I perhaps should add I say spider friends simply because living in England, spiders are friendly. I do know in other countries, some of the spiders, I mean, they might be of a friendly disposition, but they do have the ability to give you a really nasty poisonous bite. So I can't assume that you are friends with spiders. Okay, let us move away from spiders. I'll tell you a nice little exercise. Put your feet out, gentle squats, really gentle ones. I've got dodgy knees, well, one dodgy knee, so really gentle. Keeping the knees aligned along the same plane that the toes are pointing. So you're not doing that, you're keeping them in line. And then find a position that's comfortable and take a slightly deeper squat. You can have your hands there or your hands there. And then just gently side to side. Again, keeping my knees pretty much in line, in the same plane as the way the feet are pointing. It's difficult to see that on camera. And we'll take the feet a little bit wider and we'll go a little bit lower. What I'm not sure of, whoops, I turned too quickly and I looked the wrong way. Right, what I was wondering was whether I was leaning forwards or backwards. I ideally want to squat down, have the knees in that plane and have the body fairly upright. That looks about as good as it's going to get for today. Relax, shake your legs out. Let's stay with the knees. Gently, if you can, go down to a squat. I'm assisting myself with my hands and then gently come up. Gently go down as far as you can. Again, I'm assisting myself with my hands. I don't want to put too much pressure on my knees. Gently come up. One more time. Down. And up. Circle the hips. Relax the legs. Other direction. Okay, because I've got the rubber-soled shoes on today, because I forgot to change my shoes, let's take comfortably wide. So this is comfortable, this is not being stretched at this stage, and just relax. Then, at the moment, my feet are facing forwards. I'm going to turn one foot out, 45 degrees, and I'm just going to bend slightly towards it. I can still see my toes. There's an alignment sort of there, so I'm not twisting the knee. That's the important thing. And there's a gentle stretch on the inside there. And then I'm going to shift my weight to the other side, bend the knee, gentle stretch there. Now, I forgot to do something. I forgot to turn that foot out to 45 degrees. My bad. Both feet should really be at 45 degrees. Stretch that way. Stretch that way. That's better. And it's a bit more of a stretch as well. Now, I'm going to leave my toes where they are, and I'm going to move the heels so, whoops, was slippery. So the feet are parallel. I'm going to bend the knees. sitting down. Now there is a gentle stretch. Coming up, I'm going to move one foot out a little bit. And now I'm gently tensing the muscles here and the muscles there. And I'm going to relax. My leg went out a little bit. Again, I'm tensing the muscles here. Now, this is not such a gentle tensing. This is a more intense tension in the leg muscles here and the glutes. Holding that tension in and then relaxing. And when you relax, your legs may go out a little bit further. Again, I'm holding the tension in. One last time, relax. I'm going to bend forwards because it's convenient, and then that lets me come up and I can shake out my legs, gently raising the knee. Now we're going to do, well, I'll show you. I always find this difficult. It's because it's got, I think anything more than two I find difficult. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So you can think about it as outside, outside, front, front, inside, inside, or out, out, up, up, across, across, out, out, up, up, across, across. Now what I'm going to try and do, I haven't done this in this way before, so I'm going to try and go out, out, up, up, across, across, out, out. That's the bit I haven't done before, opposite hand and leg. This is easy. This is good for you. This, when you do opposite hand and leg diagonally, you should definitely feel the muscles around here working. So opposite, opposite. That's easy because I've done that before. That's easy. It's this one that's just got my brain confused this morning. Why, you might ask, do I want to confuse my brain? Surely, at your age, Robert, you ought to be taking it easy. No is the answer. In order to keep my brain young, I want to continually try and come up with things that make the brain go, oh, hang on a minute. How'd you do that? And relax. Circle the hips. And it's a very simple example of how you do something that confuses your brain. But it is important to keep the brain working. Give it new things to do. Change direction. Have you tried Wordle yet? I've been Wordling the last X number of days. Indeed, I've set up a little fan site, wordle.group. Yeah, we should all do things that work the body, but we must also do things that work the mind. Okay, give yourself a gentle shake out. I hope you have a lovely day. As I always say, if at this point you kind of do an audit of the body, well, no, I don't always say, that's why I'm saying it. I should always say it. If at this point in time you do a quick audit of your body and you sort of think, oh, there's a bit of stiffness there or there or there, then yeah, do a little bit more exercise. You're not confined by what we do together here. That said, thank you very much. Hope you've had a fun time. Please leave comments, please subscribe, etc., etc. Have a lovely day. Bye.